What's going on, man? Listen, this is Vel.
And it's your boy. It is Zyrus today.
Is it Zyrus? It's not even Z?
Yeah, Zyrus. We
It's
are
not
government today. No, it's always going to be Z.
So then, I was about to say, so I got to say my government, though?
No. We good.
I don't want to have to go through that.
Yeah,
You
we
know
ain't
what I
gotta
mean?
go
I
all
don't
that.
need no jokes.
Yeah, no.
But now we back, y'all. This is a big week here in Western New York. We are back fully in training camp mode. We had the countdown going. Still got the official countdown going for the real thing, which is the regular season matchup versus LA. But training camp is here, man. So Z,
Officially, we are what, 4 practices in already?
we 4 practices in. So I'm feeling like at this point now, we kind of.
Oh, I'm full on fanatic mode at this point.
Yeah, man.
As you can see,
listen,
I'm out here
I see the Von Miller on.
Out here with the fresh
the
40.
The Bills band on.
Fresh 40. Von.
You know what I mean? Like how you feeling, man? I mean,
I'm full on fanatic, like I said.
You ready?
I'm at the point. No, as soon as they reported to St. John Fisher, that's when the party started for me. So at that point, I give myself the luxury to start to go nuts. I let it happen because I know, like, yo, in less than 2 weeks, it's gonna be preseason.
right.
So like once we here now, I give myself the chance to just be free and let it flow. So like now that we here.
We here.
I'm all in.
We
So
here. I think it's still sweet though. I mean, I tell people when I talk to them day to day, speaking to clients or just speaking to other people who are Bills fans, it's like, damn, are we ready?
Shit, yep.
And are we ready to say bye to the summer? Because I think that's the only part for me that I struggle with is that the weather has been so good to us this summer here in Buffalo. I don't know how it's been in other places. I mean, I've heard that it's been super hot in other areas. Sorry to hear about that, but it's kind of been a mixture of hot and then just right.
Yeah,
like
we've summer, so I mean we only get so much. So,
but you know how it's been in other summers here. It's been like on and off. Like we'll get the rainy weeks. Like forget a rainy day. We'll get the rainy weeks. We'll get the super hot days, and then we'll get a mixture of 71, 72. But like this year, it's been consistently like 78 and above, which is different.
Rain. Yeah, it's been nice.
Which has been different,
trying to
but
ride that out. But I don't care
like
about
you
all
said,
that. I don't care about all that.
man, it's full Bills mode.
It's been good while it's lasted, but
Right.
come on September. Now I'm at this point, I don't care.
Yeah, preseason football is obviously around the corner as well. We got the Hall of Fame game coming up
Yeah, I think that's next week.
next weekend.
I don't know who's playing, but I'll watch it. I'll watch these
Oh no,
four stringers go
yeah,
at
we
it.
talked about it before. You watch the first quarter, you know what I mean? Maybe the first 2 series. See somebody you know catch a pass or two, and then you flip the channel.
Yeah.
Or you put a background noise, because one of my favorite things to do, and sometimes my wife she'll hate it. I like to fall asleep to sports. You know what I mean? I like to fall asleep hearing, whistles and stuff going on. So I'm glad that we getting back to that season where I can fall asleep to football.
Fair
I
enough.
can fall asleep to highlights, and then wake up and then boom,
Same
get
highlights
up.
alone.
Good morning football.
Rinse and repeat.
It's a good time, and obviously, like we've been saying, Z, it's a great time to once again be a Bills fan.
It really is, because again, now that training camp is here, it's just reiterating the fact that we really are one of the top contenders in the league, and each and every day it continues to show.
Yeah, every time you turn on, we've been saying it week to week. Every time you flip a channel, it's either Josh Allen or it's talking about the Bills' overall roster.
Yeah, especially with Bills training camp starting earlier than most other teams. Like
Right.
the first, I think it was like Monday, Tuesday of this week. It's been every time you turn on NFL Network, they had Bills training camp,
Facts.
interviewing someone or looking at highlights of the day or something.
Right.
Just because again, there's only 2 or 3 teams going on, so
All right, so let's cut to the chase, man. We bullshitting, obviously.
A little bit.
Let's cut to the chase.
A little
So,
bit.
first days of camp. What are some things that you've heard from reporters or that you've even seen from some of the clips that got you most excited? So, what have you seen so far 4 days in that got you ready to like, ooh, action time? What's up?
These Diggs Elam battles.
Yeah, that's what we live for.
I'm loving it. I'm loving the energy.
Right.
I'm loving the competitiveness.
2 dogs.
2 alphas.
Nah,
The
man.
fact that Elam isn't afraid to go toe to toe with
With the best.
one
top
of the
5.
best in the league. The
Yeah.
fact that Stephon is going right back at him and now
Let him know. Listen, you
Not
still a
giving
rookie,
nothing.
fam.
I does this.
Hey, you're not gonna come out here and hold
this.
me and think that I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, good job, Brooke. Nah,
Yeah. Nah.
I'm winning all these reps.
Nah, fam. First of all, that's a penalty.
Yeah, first of all, I'm letting you know right now that's a first down.
You're still not gonna stop me.
Facts.
But the fact that they've been going at it consistently and talking, you know, again, what they say, what's the saying? Iron sharpens iron.
That's
again, when you're going against one of the best each and every day.
We said that when Diggs first got here with Tre'Davious.
Yeah, it's gonna make a difference. So like the fact that Elam is, you know, stepping up and
is up for it.
Yeah, and willing to go toe to toe with one of the best, even though he's not winning each and every rep. But the fact that he's in there battling,
because I don't expect him to either.
No.
You know, I remember when
no corner will.
No, right. I mean, 2 years ago when Trey and Diggs were first matching up against each other in practice, I used to love seeing those highlights too because, yeah, Diggs would win the majority of them, but that's what you expect from a top 2, top 3 route runner.
Right.
As long as my guy is in place,
Mm-hmm.
I know if that's not a top 2 or 3 wide receiver,
He'll be good.
he gonna tip that ball or he gonna come up and make a play.
Yeah,
And like you brought up, iron sharpens iron. They even said for one of the camps, I don't know if it was today or the day before, they even had him practicing with boxing gloves on, which I love that approach for a DB because one thing that teaches you to do, for those who don't know, is not using hands. Yeah. Listen, because all that grabbing and stuff, all that's going to do is 5 yards and a first down. Because they even changed that rule now, is that it's no more they just giving you 5 yards for holding. It's now an automatic first down.
Mm-hmm.
So, Rook, the ref's going to be watching. So I like the fact that in week 1 of training camp, they already on them like, hey, love it. But guess what? Ain't no grabbing. Put these on and get out there and move your feet.
Yeah. Use them hands still.
Yeah, use your hands still, but move your feet because playing corner in the NFL is probably, outside of quarterback, one of the most difficult positions to master because
and that's why they get paid the way they do.
That's why they get paid because guess what? You on an island 85% of the time. You know, there's going to be some zone coverages mixed in there, and I know Elam is going to be helped out by the different things that we do in our defense. Yeah, I mean, look at what happened with Dane Jackson last year. He had to start 6 or 7 games, and you almost couldn't tell.
Right.
Because of the way. Right, and plus of the way that they do their coverages and shit like that. But Elam, though, to your point, battling like that early, showing that he has that alpha in him, that dog in him. You know, I'm big on, you know, this is basketball, so I'm big on finding guys who got that dog.
Right.
Which one of y'all gonna go toe to toe with that veteran on the other side? Right. You know, I look for it in offensive linemen, DNs,
every position,
linebacker, really every position. I mean, unless you're a kicker or some shit, you know.
Hell no, man. Bass got that dog in him.
You right. But like on some real, that was great to hear because I think every fan was waiting to see, okay, how the rookie gonna respond when he got to go against 14.
Because you're not gonna talk all this shit.
Yeah,
I mean, how
he gonna respond against 13? You know what I mean?
Man.
Yeah, and
that's promising though, because again, I mean, as of right now, Trey's not in, which is not unexpected.
Even though Trey looking good though, as he's on the sideline. I know you probably saw the viral video. Y'all who probably watch Bills media probably saw the video of Trey on the sidelines doing his parachute,
jumping off both
Listen,
legs.
man, he looked good. I'll tell you right now, my prediction is that
week 1.
My bold prediction is week 1.
Yeah,
but my overall, looking at the videos, is like, okay, that's definitely a 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, he'll be ready by the time
4 to 6 weeks. I expect to
whether they put him on a little bit of a snap count or something,
right?
But he'll be out there,
right? And I don't think he'll see any preseason time. I think that's pretty much like one of those things.
I don't think he took a snap in preseason last year.
He probably did.
Healthy,
yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure he didn't play in any of the games. Because I mean, some people at this point, you're a vet, you don't need to see the field.
Yeah, Diggs, nah, I don't need to see. I'm good.
I don't need to see Diggs.
Nah,
15 people. I don't
even though McDermott is known for playing the starters.
Yeah, not in that preseason. Last year when the first
he did Green Bay.
Yeah, I don't think they played full half though.
And
even then there was still a lot of players who didn't even.
They didn't, but I do remember Josh playing that first half in Green Bay and lighting their ass up for like 200 plus.
Yeah.
Like he did something like 18 for 20. And then obviously was like, all right, we did what we had to do. Yeah. Scored like 2 or 3 touchdowns. Gabe had his little touchdown, and he did his little, you know what I mean? He did his little dance in the end zone.
Diggs had like 3 plays that game.
Right.
And then got him right out.
And then they got him right out because
a couple other players.
It's okay to get the feet wet. I'm cool with that. But after you get the feet wet a little bit, and like you said, it's 3 games. I mean, take the guy out.
And us having so much depth, they gonna need that game time to figure it out. You only got 3 games to figure it out.
You want to know
now.
what? I know I'm gonna miss that first game because I'll be out of town. But one of the things I'm gonna look for, because I'm gonna record the game, is I want to see that young guy, that young rookie wide receiver. I want to see what Khalil gonna do in preseason. Because let me tell you something, he is gonna see a lot of snaps.
Oh yeah, Tom. Because
He
I
gonna
don't
see a lot of
expect Diggs
snaps.
to see.
No, Diggs might not even play the first 2 weeks of preseason.
I doubt Diggs plays at all. I wouldn't surprise.
I
me.
think he might get a drive or 2 just because McDermott is
I don't expect Davis to get much run either. I mean, because again, they have so many.
Obviously, he'll
so
get more
much
than Diggs,
battles,
but they
so
do.
many battles at receiver. Like
They do.
I don't.
But they'll get a
expect-
series or
'cause,
two.
I mean, right now, without having a roster in front of me, they probably have 11.
11 guys.
12
If we
on
count
the
Tanner
roster
Gentry
right
and
now.
those guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's on the roster signed right now. So
Right.
probably got 11, 12 guys. So, I mean, all them boys going to be the ones really seeing the field during
Listen,
preseason.
just give me a good dosage of Khalil, Isaiah Hodgins, Marquez
Yeah,
Stevenson,
you'll see a lot of that. Tavon Austin going to get a ton of run.
Tavon Austin, McKenzie, and just McKenzie, just because I want to just see him.
Kumaro can get a lot of run once he comes back.
Right, Krumro. Crowder, to me, I know it's only 1 week. We got to kind of see.
Yo, bro not back in a week.
I'm telling you right now. I'll tell you right now.
If
He might be one. I don't even think we mentioned it before, but he might be one of those surprise cuts that we didn't see coming a month ago. Because if McKenzie is performing like what I've heard so far in the first few days of camp, you know, with the starting unit, getting open, catching everything, and if Khalil behind him is doing everything, because I think I heard McDermott the other say, they said they started him off in the slot and all of that.
Well, I mean, Khalil Shakir, he's a lot for the roster. I mean,
pretty much, yeah. Fourth round pick,
whatever
he
this
was.
year.
Yeah,
Year one, like they're not cutting him. He's not going to make it to the practice squad.
So he's a part of that top 5. But
like if
those slot
McKenzie-
guys, because
exactly.
Crowder's mainly a slot guy,
if McKenzie continues to take advantage of this opportunity,
and if Khalil continues to blow, and if Austin can take advantage of whatever time he sees, that's going to make the whole Crowder thing be like, hey, listen, we love the idea of you because we know we let go of Cole, but we got you in Merch.
Yeah, but and the thing is, it made it not have anything to do with him.
Oh, right.
It's just that dog.
It's just what it is.
And these boys stepped up.
And
you only get paid like $2 million.
And again, if you look back at when they picked him up before the draft, right? They had just lost Cole Beasley. So in Bean's mind, Bean had the right thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Worst case scenario,
Boom, boom, bam, bam.
Crowder.
It was the same thing with Duke Johnson. We talked about it. Okay, we missed out on dude from the Commanders. So we go ahead and we get you Duke, and then we'll wait to the draft. And then what happens in the draft? You get James Cook.
Oh my God.
You know, what happens in the draft? You miss out on Cole, but you get Khalil Shakir. So we talk about the front office, and I had this conversation at the cookout over the weekend. My dad was talking to a bunch of other people, and we were talking about what really has changed over the last 4 or 5 years. And to me, it still comes back to what they've been doing in the front office and how they play chess.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? We like somebody brought up on the radio earlier today. I don't know if you was listening on GR. They just said, yo, it's just wild to think that in the last 5 years, you can't think of 1 or 2 guys who they've had to really let go of.
Yeah, they keep finding money.
They keep finding money.
The last offseason, it was Milano, it was Darrell Williams.
And it was what's going to happen with Josh. Are they going to sign him this offseason?
Someone else was also a free agent. And,
a free agent? Darrell Williams and stuff like that,
I mean, Darrell Williams, Feliciano, and Milano. It's like, I don't know how they're going to sign
and they figured it out.
They're like, you know what? Sign them all 3.
We'll figure it out.
Run them all back.
Right. And this year, obviously, it's pretty much the same thing. The next 12 months, Bills got 5 key players, mainly 4.
Yeah, but they came in this offseason, what, 20, 30 million over the cap already, and then
and worked out
extended.
Got
signed Von Miller.
Signed Von Miller and re-signed Joe franchise wide receiver.
Like
which is wild.
They keep
to do in one off season.
Yeah, they keep.
And then you got Poyer, who they said they're negotiating his contract right now. So
yeah, I think that's going
that'll be done in the next 4 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the contract.
I don't know what the
like,
numbers gonna look like either, but I
feel
hope,
like it's trending in that direction.
I need it to be a little friendly. That's all I'm gonna say, because guess what? We can say all we want to say about, you know, retaining certain veterans who've been here since day one and rewarding our great players, because he's an all-pro player. But guess what? Age is real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So being on the other side of 30, that has to be something that comes up in the contract talks. Like, listen, we want to wild out and give you some great money, but we also got 4 safeties who are under 25.
Right, I know you feel young. I know
I know you probably just had the best year of your career, but
early on you ain't have a lot of wear on your tires.
Right,
so
but now
you feel young. But at the end of the day,
you're a 4-year starter now.
Yeah, but you still got the age up there. But again, he's also playing the best ball of his career. And we're also able to do a lot on defense because of what they do on the back.
Right, him and Hyde.
It's definitely a valuable part of the defense.
It's the best safety tandem in the league.
Yeah, there's no way to understate that. So, I mean,
it is what it is. He's going to get paid. It just matters. It's just a matter of what that looks like, but he's going to get paid. I'm pretty sure they're going to work it out. And I think as time goes on, he's probably getting to that point where he's like, yeah, I'll take off a minute or two.
Now they taking on.
Listen. I know Drew is good at what he does as an agent, and I know Poyer wants to stand his ground. But as this goes into August, I'm really starting to think that Bills is really being open and honest with him and just saying, listen, we want to be as patient as we can. Because honestly, we can go into this whole year and not pay you and just pay you next year.
Right.
Because the cap going to go up. So we can wait. So, but I understand Poyer probably like, shit, what if I get hurt?
Exactly. That's the risk you run.
You know what I mean? So I get both sides, but I'm kind of on the Bills side with this, and it's just like, I mean,
you're under contract.
If you want a contract, and we can put you at this number right now if you're willing to do it.
Right.
If y'all gonna keep pushing back because you want to get $25 million over the next 2 years,
hopefully they work it out.
That's all we're gonna say. But that's the only small stuff. Everything else is exciting. So one of the other things I saw people talk about was James Cook. They said they liked the explosiveness early in camp, him catching the ball easily. I mean,
I want to see what he looks like once the pads come on.
He gonna be another one to watch in preseason.
It's gonna have to make a difference. I think he's gonna get a lot of running preseason.
Oh my gosh, him, Moss, and Duke Johnson. And I know they got the other guy, Blackshear. That's a Blackshear, some undrafted guy. But I really think him, Duke, and Moss. They gonna see a lot of Oh yeah, Motor. Listen, they like Motor.
Man, get your
little 2 carry. Yeah, get your little 2 carry. Get on the ground. Because one thing I will say about Motor before I dig into Cook is that Motor earned his stripes in that second half of the year, and I'm happy for him. Because like I told you before, you already know what my bold prediction is. I already put it out there, but I'm really happy that he was able to finish strong because it was getting to that point where I think even the fan base was getting frustrated. I think some of the coaches were getting frustrated with the occasional fumble and things like that. And I think it was starting to get to a point where people was like, yeah, nah, we good.
Right.
Where's Saquon? Where's this? Where's that? I think people were just searching for a star running back when it's like,
you don't need that.
No, he's actually good.
He's got one of the best yards per carry in the league.
Right. He's just not great.
Ever since he's been in the league.
Right. He's not great, and he's not going to be a burner.
Yeah, but I think people don't even realize how many touchdowns he racked up in that second half of the season.
Like 8.
Even from a fantasy standpoint, he's like the second rated running back.
He was balling.
Week 10 on. So, I mean, he definitely earned that. But I want to see what Cook looks like once those pads come on. Because, I mean, I've been hearing nothing but good things. How fast he looks in and out of his breaks and out of his cuts. How,
I'm ready.
Shifty he is.
Yeah, because I think honestly in preseason I could see him getting a couple.
Bro, man, the first time he get a little dump off, I'm gonna be out my seat.
I'm
like, what you gonna do with that?
Dunk.
What you gonna do with that young boy?
He gonna put that foot in the ground and
a little won't.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice, man. And then you think about the potential with really just the guys that they talking about on defense who they expect to step up in the secondary. I even heard, and I know I'm flipping it from running backs to the corners and safeties, but they said that the corners been battling crazy.
Even beyond Elam and
right.
And
The Cam Lewises.
Yeah.
The Saran Neals.
The Nick McLeod's. Like
I've been hearing McLeod now for the last year.
I've been hearing his name.
They've been raving about this dude, and I like guys like him. Even I remember Jordan Poyer, one of the safeties, mentioned him too. They say, yo, he reminds me a lot of blah blah blah. Like I like hearing guys like him. Not only get the opportunity, but get talked about a lot, because those under the radar players, those are players who might be on the practice squad 1 week, and you might need to call them up.
Yeah, you in the game, dog.
Hey, listen, we need you right here covering this slot guy right here. We need you on special teams, taking Saran's job for the week because he got this, he got that. And I think Nick McLeod is a great candidate for one of those call-up spots. You know, he might not make the 53.
I mean, he's gonna be right there.
Right. If he don't make the 53, he'll be right in that where I think where you can secure 5 spots. Mm-hmm. I know you get 10 or 15 altogether.
Yeah,
but
I mean, if he doesn't make the 53 outright, I mean, there's definitely a spot for him on the practice squad as long as he, doesn't get claimed or anything like that.
Because I think he ended up. I read an article. I think he did
claimed before, and then
they brought him
back.
So it's going to be tough because that back end, when you look at McLeod, you look at Cam Lewis, you look at obviously Randall, which I think he's pretty much a lot because he just signed a new deal.
Yeah, he's on that.
But Cam Lewis, who's the other corner I'm thinking about? Cam, McLeod. There's a couple.
Well, those are ones that's
Josh Thomas.
Yeah, those are the ones that's been around for a couple years.
They have, but honestly, them too, they might be battling for the same spot. Oh man, wow, yeah, Christian Benford.
So, I doubt there's any chance he makes it off rip. But again, that's probably someone they want to stash on the practice squad and keep grooming and keep training.
And keep grooming because he came from a what, D2 or D3?
Yeah, Villanova.
Yeah,
I think so.
He came from Villanova. You came from a basketball school, man.
Yeah, I don't even know. I'm assuming they're D2 for football.
Right, but they said though this nigga was snatching everything. Yeah. So he might be a person that
right
now he won't shine. In this little session, but maybe during game action, you might hear more about Benford because he might be more of a ball hawk where ball in the air. Because I think he had like a record number of interceptions the last 3 or 4 years. Yeah, like 17 or something crazy. Yeah. So
it's competition on that cornerback.
That back end, that back end is crazy. But I love it though because all that means is just like last preseason. I don't know if people remember. I mean, we just gonna lock niggas up. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Other offenses in preseason, they were not scoring on us, and they were like, "What is going? Like, why can't we score on their third stringers?"
Boys battling.
Deaf.
Boys battling.
We got that deaf. You know what I mean? I think the Bears. Who we played last year? We played the Bears, Green Bay, and it was one other team we played in preseason.
Else.
And
Bears,
I'm just like,
no Bears
because could not score.
Scored at all.
Yeah, I don't think the Bears scored at all. Green Bay struggled for at least 3 quarters.
Almost got Justin Fields killed.
This nigga, every time he stepped back, he was like, God damn.
Oh boy.
Russo had like 2 sacks that
Somebody
game.
almost got killed because he got
Obata?
Was it Obata?
It was one of them big motherfuckers. Because we
one of them DNs or linebackers came through completely untouched and got that boy damn near decapitated.
Listen, it was yeah. But you're gonna have to look that up.
Yeah,
I forgot what that was.
I'm gonna have to find that one.
But it's gonna be interesting, man, cause like you said, preseason starts next week. We got a game in a couple weeks, basically our first preseason game, and like I said, I will see it. I gotta record it, so I will be looking for people to give me feedback on that before I rewatch it or after I rewatch it. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So first week of training camp is out the way. Now, what's one thing that kind of has you nervous, if anything, about the first week? Whether it be an injury, whether it be a certain position, like, is there anything right now, a few days in, that has you a little bit nervous?
Nothing at all, actually.
No, you feeling good like that?
I feel very good about it. Again, because it is still early in training camp. But there's nothing right now that's taking place that has me for cause for concern. Because one, I don't take too much stock into what takes place now. Because I know I get excited about what I'm seeing.
Right.
But again, in August, in July, it's really just learning and installing and preparing for the season. So I don't get overly high or overly low about one practice. So if someone having a bad day or a good day,
Right.
like I'm not tripping. Like, oh, you see Josh Allen, he
Yeah.
went 6'24". Like,
Well, that was one of the things that I
Ain't nobody
caught
worried about that.
from the reporters when they were mentioning, Josh's great day in this most recent practice. They were like, after being rusty for a couple of days versus the defense. And in my head, I'm just like, number one, the defense is always going to play the offense in training camp.
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
the defense always ahead of
But
them
number
at
two,
first.
I'm just like, oh, y'all ain't think he was going to take some of that shit personal and just come
Right.
out firing? Because that's what they said. They just said he looked like he just hit a switch and was just like, yeah, I'm hitting all my targets today, and y'all just not going to be able to stop me.
Right.
They was like, yo, he hit Knox one time, came back to Knox, then he hit Davis, then he hit McKenzie. I'm like, yeah, he was just having fun.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about him.
And again, you hear one day where they say it wasn't a oop, there it is. That's the joint. On the left side.
So we got to see what player this is. I know we recorded, but we just...
Yeah, I gotta
Trying
check
to
numbers
remember.
from last year's.
What the fuck?
59. It was 50. Yeah, they got that point.
Oh, I'm trying to think who 59 was, though.
59. Was that Andre Smith?
It might have been Andre Smith. Yeah, something tells me that was Andre Smith. Before he changed his number to 9 or some shit. Yeah, it might have been Andre Smith. But yeah, man.
But yeah, what I was about to say is, one day they say his numbers weren't amazing. There's a lot of misses. But today you come back, they say how hot he was. They, in the red zone work, there's touchdowns left and right. So I'm like, that's what you expect. There's going to be ups and downs. Because again, half of training camp is just figuring out what you can do, what you can't do, what you can get away with. So like, I don't take too much stock. So that's what I said. I'm not overly nervous about nothing.
Okay.
Like,
I will say my one thing that I've been thinking about is I feel like every year in July and maybe early August, we can never get our starting 5 offensive linemen together.
That's true.
So, I don't think it's going to be a big issue because even though we had a lot of shuffling last year because of injuries, we still ended up being like a top 10 offensive line. I think they'll be fine. I'm just hoping that the whole Saffold thing, with the car accident, for those who didn't hear, he got a little minor rib injury. I'm hoping that he can really get on the field. Probably, I would say realistically, probably in the next 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah, I'm not worried about him either. He's a vet. He's been in this league for
He
a long
is.
time. He's a player.
I just like for them to all get together. You know what I mean?
played in
He wasn't there last
offense
year
for a long time.
Right. He got all that. It's just, to me, playing next to Dawkins, playing next to Morris, I really, for myself, for my personal reasons, I want to see what that look like. You know what I mean?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not worried about that either.
And I think that left side would be my favorite side of the line because I feel like that's going to be a lot of power over there.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be able to run the ball well over there. Even the right side, Spencer Brown, I'm really hoping he takes another lead because last year was more so like, oh, okay, good. We got a late round pick who ended up being able to start. Right? He a character. He got personality with him. He got a little bit of nasty. But I'm even looking for him to take another step.
And if he does, that'll be major for that line.
Man, listen, I need him, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, they're small players, and we'll get into it going into the season. There's some players who I feel like if they make just a semi leap, it will take us from boom to boom, and it's not like we need much room to grow.
Right. But if that line as a whole makes a jump or even a small improvement,
the young guys really,
because again, if they can open up some running lanes consistently, it's gonna make this offense go at an even higher clip than it's been going the last couple of years.
And I'm more so focused on Brown, I guess, and even on the left side with Dawkins, a full year with him not having to deal with COVID and all the other shit, is because the AFC just got more DNs.
Yeah.
Khalil Mack just came back to the AFC.
Mm-hmm.
Chandler Jones.
We already had.
I'm thinking there's a couple other ones.
We already had Bosa over there.
Right. Like, there's some good pass rushers, and I feel like once it gets December, January. Right. And even Cincinnati got a good line. Cincinnati got a good line with old boy.
We see all of the top ends this year in the AFC.
Well, we don't see Khalil Mack. Right? We don't see the Chargers.
Well, we don't see the Chargers, but we got Cleveland. We got
Cleveland. We got Pittsburgh. We got Baltimore. We got Cincinnati.
Denver has good ends. We see
Denver.
We didn't play Denver. What am I talking about?
Russell Wilson? Let me think.
We didn't play Denver this year.
I don't think we do.
Sure.
No.
I don't know where that came
No, it's all good. I got you. I got you back. But it's going to, well, even Miami, for what it's worth. Miami continues to grow. I think there was another player that they got recently. I was like, oh, okay.
Mohamed Sanu.
Right. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's. But,
Yeah.
I mean, listen.
What do you like, your age? That's good.
I mean, Julio Jones my age, too. Because I was ready to call him an old dusty muff.
Ooh,
And then when
that
it was
hurt.
but then when it was like 33-year-old Julio Jones, I was like, oh,
Wow, that's me.
shit. So that's me, though. Ugh.
I'm an old dusty motherfucker.
I'm an old dusty. But, nah, I mean, congrats to Julio. I think we all know he spent most of his years in Atlanta. Half of those years, they didn't go nowhere.
I will say, if he's healthy, I mean, I still don't think he's going to make a major impact on that team as a whole. Because again, I mean, he's going to be their fourth or fifth option at best. But
Right.
in the red zone,
They're gonna be nice.
they got a hell of
I mean,
weapons.
hella.
down there.
Oof.
They got hella weapons in the red
You got
zone.
Fournette to drop the ball off to, or you can take it up top with Mike Evans, up top with Julio, or catch a pattern where Godwin is just making somebody spin around. So
and I love the game that Russell Gage plays.
right, he another one. He's a
So-
sleeper. He's a sleeper. But Tom Brady got weapons. I mean,
All over the place, man.
surprise, surprise. He waited his whole career, and I probably think that was part of the reason why he wanted out of New England too. He like, yo, my last 3 or 4 years in New England, y'all really
He's
just
like,
said, fuck
help
it.
me.
Because he was like, yo, y'all really just said F it. Like,
That got me out here looking trash this season.
you know what I mean? Like, I remember the Super Bowl when they, what was it, against the Rams, where it was like 10-3.
Yeah, that was their last one.
And I know for that Super Bowl, he had to been thinking like, yo,
Yeah,
fam,
never again.
I'm not, I need to be lighting the field up.
Ain't no running this back. Not with this team.
Y'all give me 5 running backs, and y'all just want me to dump it off to the
Y'all
running
give me
backs.
James White.
Right, James White, and y'all got him split out, and y'all
That's
think
all
a
I got?
defense. Come on, man. Meanwhile, they hit me in the head.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I remember he was getting pissed by Von Miller last year,
I
even
got
with Tampa.
33-year-old. I almost said Wes Welker. 33-year-old.
Amendola?
Him, but
He had
Edelman.
Edelman. Yeah, he had Edelman.
Edelman on steroids just to stay healthy.
Yeah, Tom got sick of that. My man went to South Florida and said, listen, man, I'm going to come mess with y'all, but listen,
Y'all gonna give me my
keep
weapons.
Mike Evans
Godwin got
and
the fresh
continue
contract.
to give me weapons, and I'm around
And they
Tampa.
done did it.
And they did it. And to their credit, guess what? They the most dangerous team in the NFC. I'll give them that because Green Bay took a little bit of a loss. We know they lost the best receiver in football.
Honestly, I thought Julio ended up making his way towards Green Bay. At some
That
point.
would have been smart for me too.
I thought it was gonna happen.
But when they said that Tom was the one recruiting, it made sense why he chose. Because let me tell you something: when the GOAT call you, it's just like MJ, Kobe, LeBron, whoever calling you. It's hard to turn it down.
Green Bay, Tampa, Green Bay.
Oh man!
Tampa,
Oh, yeah. And you 33?
No state tax.
Yeah, all of that though. And you towards the back end of your career.
Let me write this out.
Yeah, we in Florida. Yo, Tom, say less.
Cause I know I'm winning that division off rip.
Tom, say less.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. There's some good corners in that division.
Mhm.
You got Marshawn Lattimore. You got the dude from Carolina who I like, J.C. Horn.
Yeah, you got AJ Terrell in Atlanta. So I mean,
he a
it's-
sleeper.
I don't think he's a sleeper no more.
He really not, but he nice.
He kind of is though. 'Cause
He
I don't think
kinda
still
is.
doesn't get it. I mean, he
was just a rookie.
Yeah.
But I like the corners in
He's
that
been in the
division.
league a couple years.
Yeah,
But
I like AJ Terrell. He stick to you.
he's close to top
Yeah,
five.
I saw him with Diggs last year.
He close to top
And-
five.
and
He
I
not
gained
five.
some respect.
He's 6 or 7. He right up
Yeah,
there.
he not 5. He not in that 5, but he
Right.
right around there.
right there.
Right there with the old boy from the Chargers too, the young cat, Samuel. Cause he gonna be another one. He gonna be like his dad,
Yeah, we'll see.
Asante Samuel.
We'll see.
Ooh-wee. Yo, these kids.
Yeah, do it more than 1 year though, Playboy.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
See y'all running back.
That's a fact. But anyway, speaking about corners, do you feel like if Trey is back week 1, get Elam in there locked in week 1, which I think he'll be starting week 1, potentially by the year end, are we calling him the best corner tandem in the league?
Nah, I can't say that yet.
Do you feel like that's it? Well, I'm saying potentially because we all know
Well, I
that
mean,
we
I
have
guess-
nothing on Elam yet. He hasn't played an NFL game.
I mean, when you say potential, I mean, yes, it's obviously potential because again, you already have a whatever order you're gonna put it in. In my opinion, a top 5 corner.
Top
Some
5
people
corner.
may not,
When healthy, he's
but guaranteed top 10 corner.
certified. Certified top
so
5.
if you have someone on the other side who can, be close to that, I mean, the potential is there for one of the best tandems. I mean, I wouldn't put them up there. I'm
just trying to think
I
who
wouldn't bet.
was the biggest competition to that top 5 conversation.
I mean, I like Miami's corner tandem between Jones and
I know.
Howard.
They cool.
So I mean,
They cool.
That one's
Even
there.
though we was scoring on them with John. Well, that was before they had Byron Jones, wasn't it? I was about to say when we lit them up with John Brown and
Well, I mean,
Diggs,
look at the Chargers now. They got J.C. Jackson on one side,
and they got Samuel.
they got
on the-
Samuels on the other side.
That right now would probably be my top.
It's-
And I keep talking about the Chargers a lot, but they to me is probably my flashy, sexy pick
they're
for-
everybody's flashy pick in the AFC.
for and not even winning the AFC because obviously I got us, but just being that team that's probably
Turning
going to beat a
heads.
couple teams by 30.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Because I was watching a game earlier, it just happened to come on YouTube as I was watching something while cooking, and it was the Raiders and Chargers game last year at the end of the season.
that the one that decided
That
to play off.
kept, and I'm just watching Herbert do his thing. I'm watching that defense do his thing, and I'm just like, bro, the fact that they added on to this with like real game time players,
legit
not
players.
just young guys. I'm talking
Khalil Mack.
Pro Bowlers,
J.C.
Khalil
Jackson.
Mack, the J.C. Jacksons of the world. Like, I'm just like, they might be scary, but much like we talk about Miami and some of these other teams, it's going to still be on the quarterback. Herbert got
to do it.
and I know he's young as hell.
He's got all the tools though.
Oh my
Got
god,
all the tools.
So it's going to be on him to go from
Hella
being
weapons.
right. It's going to be on him to go from being the nice, cool, I can throw for 500 yards guy to being a closer.
Yeah.
And it's not to say that he didn't do it at times last year, because I feel like he had some games where he showed he can be clutch.
He's still a young quarterback, so I mean, it's been inconsistent like the majority of young quarterbacks are. But he has definitely put way more on tape to show, like, yo, I had it.
Right.
Like, I have, like, he's going into year 3, I believe. I have way more confidence in him saying, like, yo, he's going to be a superstar than majority of quarterbacks of the same.
That came from the same draft, Tua.
Yeah.
Hurts.
Miami.
And I like Hurts, but Herbert.
If Tua don't make a jump this year, they're gonna be looking at that draft like, yo, we could have had Herbert.
We could have had.
You
They
imagine
already
right now,
saying
Herbert on
oh
Miami?
my god, we would really be neck and neck with Miami. Like, not from a top to bottom standpoint because they still have a couple small.
Yeah, as a whole, Buffalo would still be better. But if you were to just straight up swap quarterbacks, Herbert for Tua, I mean that's
Nigga, that's
3-4
a no-brainer.
wins off rip.
And that offense with Tyreek Hill and Gesicki.
And Waddle,
Listen,
and the
y'all.
running backs they rolling out.
Listen, y'all. Miami fans can try to trick themselves if they want to. Tyreek can try to trick himself if he
Yo,
wants.
listen, time out. On that. Yo, don't you feel like Tyreek keep talking him up is adding even more pressure
Yeah.
on Tua? Like,
Yeah.
yo, I'm like, yo, chill. Like,
Right,
you
they
adding-
talked about that on first take. They said
You adding all this unnecessary pressure.
It's almost as if Tyreek is not used to having to answer a bunch of questions because they was like when he was in Kansas City.
I got
Pat talking a lot.
nothing to say.
Kelsey was talking a lot. Andy Reid was talking a lot. Like you had so many other guys with microphones in their face. You go to Miami locker room, boom, they going to Tyreek Hill. Tyreek,
You the biggest star.
you the
on the
biggest
team.
star. So now I feel like he's feeling like he has to be this spokesperson.
Bro, I feel like he's trying to convince himself that Tua is good. That's what it come across as. Like, yo, yeah, he's a great.
Oh, he threw
the
that
most
right at my
accurate.
chest. Oh yeah, I know.
Yes, like-
He's an NFL starter. You didn't think he was going to throw
I'm
it
like,
at your
yo,
chest?
do you believe it?
But like somebody said, Ryan Clark said, he said, listen, that's cool in practice.
Let's see it full speed when the pass come on.
When the pass
let's see
come
it full
on.
speed in the game.
When Greg Rousseau come in at Tua like this,
Mm.
let's see if he can find you, your little Squirtle making your way down there. Because one of the things that made Patrick and Tyreek such a dangerous combo, and probably the best.
Is damn Pat Mahomes improvising
Right,
skills,
right.
extending the plays because
Yeah.
that's when the player like Hill is at. Because first of all, you can't. I
He's-
can't say you can't. It's difficult to cover Hill for 2 or 3 seconds. Now you want me to cover him for 8 because he done scrambled around
He
and
done
rolled
came
and
around
spun
and
out.
the street football.
And
And honestly,
no
that,
one can run with Hill.
right, and honestly, that's what makes or made Kansas City so tough to beat is because if they weren't beating you the conventional way, they could turn into that street football mode, which I heard a defensive coordinator make a remark about when it comes to Pat Mahomes. Oh,
Like NFL Street.
yeah, they said something like, oh, if he doesn't get his first read, Patrick Mahomes just starts to play street football or something like that.
Whatever.
And somebody was like, that's supposed to be a knock, or like he got an MVP, he got a Super Bowl ring. Like,
is that a bad thing? Because it worked.
Right. And in today's NFL, you need your quarterback to have a little bit of that.
Yeah, really.
You know, we look at Josh, and we've talked about it every week, but from day one, I said one of the favorite things I liked about Josh was the fact that he knew how to make shit happen on the run.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? On the fly. Oh, I got pressure in my face. What do I do?
Yep.
Okay, let me spin around.
And head is up still.
And let me get upfield and either get the first down myself or look to get it out to one of my playmakers. And to me, in 2022, you need that. Like in the 1980s, I guess you could get away.
Early 2000s.
Right, you can get away with some of that shit, but like I think it started with
ain't no Drew Bledsoe's coming
back.
Right,
I think it started the evolution for me, at least just watching growing up, was a little bit of the Randall Cunningham, Steve Young era, and it translated into obviously Michael Vick, Donovan McNabb, Dante Culpepper a little bit, even though he didn't take off that much, but really McNabb, Vick, and then we saw it.
Tom Brady, no, I'm just kidding.
Hell nah, but he'll move his feet in the pocket though. I will give Brady that. That motherfucker, he a technician.
In the pocket, he's the best.
technician. But yeah. So that moving on the fly, that's one thing that Patrick and Tyreek was so good at, and I think they're gonna both miss each other, and I think they're trying to convince themselves. Like Patrick ain't saying it, but I think in his mind he probably like, I got Juju, I got her. I still got my man Kelsey, which they just gave him some more money.
Valdez,
Scantling, shit. He gonna probably piss him off by dropping a couple.
Scrub,
he ain't a scrub, but he gonna piss you off like he would do Aaron Rodgers, because he'll drop some shit. Aaron Rodgers be like,
mad as hell.
Go right back to the side.
Yeah, he'll feel like he definitely trying to convince himself that Tua's like, no, he's good.
Not realizing that the biggest knock on Tua is that he's more of a one read guy. Like we talked about Mahomes being a one read and then having to scramble him, do this and that. Tua's not that guy that's gonna miss his one read and then improvise.
Yeah, I mean you can look at that. The Bills game last year, both Bill games, because he didn't last long.
Right, when the pressure was on him, it was like, oh shit.
If they took away that first read, which a lot of times was a quick slant, it was, I'm dropping the ball, now I'm in the pocket and I'm panicking.
It's curtains.
And it was it.
It's curtains.
So like he has to make that step of being able to really,
because his knock was never, and the thing is, his knock was never that he was not accurate.
Right. I mean, that was always his best quality.
Tyreek, thanks for telling us something that we knew. Now, we're not sitting here saying that he's the most accurate in the league. Because, I mean, Tom Brady still exists. Aaron Rodgers still exists. Aaron Rodgers averages like 3 picks a year. Yeah. So you're not going to tell me he's more accurate than Aaron Rodgers. But whatever.
And, I mean, in college, he was able to throw the ball deep. But that was also before the hip injury. And that was also throwing to Alabama receivers who are 7 yards open every time you go.
And an Alabama offensive line that produces 3 to 4 a year, if not the whole line.
14.
Right, the whole line be going to the NFL. Like so it's different, like you said. So
yeah, but Tyreek Hill just kind of need to pump the brakes on that a little bit.
Hey,
again, you want to pump your boy,
right? But guess what? To me,
add an extra pressure,
pressure. But you know what? I look at it just kind of like how we have fun with New England fans. You know, I'll post something. Shout out to my man D-Dot, and he'll feel like he got to say something to me anytime I post on my bills, like, yo, slow your roll, da-da-da, you don't know how to move. And I said, yo,
that's your fat ass.
Fan, don't tell me what to post. Right. Don't tell me how to react. We enjoying where we at. You can watch from below, because currently, you got to catch us.
Yeah. Listen, man.
It is what it is, man. We done waited our whole life. Like, you got to understand, like, for those who aren't Bills fans, and I know most who watch are, but literally our whole lives, for those in our generation, had to hear the jokes, had to hope.
Bro, Tom Brady lost to us once, twice?
Yeah, 3 times in his whole career.
20 years? Like,
and it's just like, you want to humble Bills fans for what?
Right. We ain't had nothing. We ain't had nothing.
Nah, I mean, we know we ain't got no rings. We cool, but at the end of the day, this is a town that's built on hope. You know, hard-working town, die-hard fans, and, like, for years on top of years, we've been waiting for something to cheer for. If you think about the hockey team, football, like this team, I mean, this fan base has been waiting to erupt, and now we finally get the chance to. So, like I said, for all the non-Bills fans, I just want y'all to just, if you don't got nothing good to say, just watch from the side and let us enjoy this moment, because, like I said, we've been saying it for weeks now. When was the last time we walked into a season as Super Bowl favorites? When was the last time we walked in with a quarterback MVP favorite?
Talking about EJ?
You know what I mean? Like, think about the quarterbacks that we went through.
Trent Edwards had like a 6-week
Trent
run.
Edwards, Kyle Lorton. I mean, you can pick your favorite.
What year was that? 07 or 08?
I'll say it like this.
I think it was 2008.
That's
man.
one quick
Trent
topic.
Edwards,
Before,
when he got that contract.
Listen, that's one quick topic we can jump into before we sign off. Who's your top 5 of the last 20 years?
For Bills players?
Bills
Bills
quarterbacks.
Am I able to use Allen or no?
Oh, no, not including Allen.
Outside
So
of
before
Allen?
we got to Allen, who your top 5?
Fitz. No particular order.
No particular order. I ain't gonna judge.
You said last 20 years?
Last 20 years, because we just gonna really focus on, honestly, the fake drought era. Because I know we went to playoffs for 2000.
Right, so it'd be Fitz, Tyrod, Drew. I mean, that little bit of Kyle Lorton and
Kyle.
Probably JP.
JP. I think I'm with you on most of that. The only person I'm leaving out is Kyle Lorton, just because some people pissed me off on that one.
Oh man, he pissed me off. He played.
It wasn't even him that pissed me off.
No, it was him. It was that 4th down play. That nigga slid.
Oh yeah, that nigga slid on
like
some
a little
BS. Yeah,
bitch. I said, come on, Kyle.
Yeah, that was tough. But yeah, I'll probably sneak in like a EJ or that. Dad, just because Dad was tough, man.
Dad.
Nah, I'm playing.
Nah, you dead serious.
This ain't favorites. We're not saying talent wise, but
Brian
I know
Brown.
Tyrod up there.
No,
not
Brian Brown not in your top 5, then I just don't respect your list.
Or Kelly Holcomb.
Nah. Fuck
You don't
that.
want Kelly Holcomb in there? You know what I mean? Matt Castle.
Jabron Hamden.
Who?
You don't remember? You don't remember that?
Drew Haddad?
Nah, Drew, not the UB legend.
Drew Haddad, Vince Young. I mean, where you want to go with this?
Oh, yeah, we did have
Let's have Vince Young with a, you know what I mean?
You know, little Matt
Yeah,
Castle action.
Matt Castle, like I said, obviously AJ McCarron.
What's the other old boy name? He was with Seattle before he came.
Oh,
here.
you talking about
Travarius Jackson.
Dang, I wanted to. That's a throwback. Travarius Jackson.
Travarius Jackson.
Did he pass away, or was that somebody else who passed
He
away?
did?
I don't know. Somebody.
Oh man. I don't think so.
I don't think so. It was somebody who. I remember it was a black quarterback. A couple years ago, last year, he might have passed away. It might have not been him. Hopefully not.
I don't know how to spell his name.
You gotta put
Travarius. No.
Mm-mm.
There he is.
See, it say Travarius Jackson death.
Yeah, he died in 2020.
See, look at that. Bell on point. Yeah, he passed away, man. I forgot how he did. Car accident. Yeah. So rest in peace to him. Like I said, that just hit my mind. I'm like, wait, Travarius Jackson. I remember. Yeah, right in 2020. That's crazy.
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah, right. Life crazy. But yeah. Now we had a couple people, but it's just good to like I said, be in a place where we can kind of just be confident about our squad, be confident about our quarterback, sit back and watch, the outlets discuss us, pull up to our training camp.
So now that we're here now, pads go on Saturday. So it's going to be the first padded practice is Saturday. What you looking forward to over the next week or so at training camp? What are you keeping your eye on?
I think the biggest thing for me is just watching who pops. Like they always say when the pads come on, certain players start to separate themselves.
Yeah, you'll see the line play.
Yeah, so you get to see the line play, you get to see other things, and I'm just even looking for and from the receiver to the defensive back standpoint, who's beating press coverage, who's able to do good in man-to-man with the pads on. So I'm gonna look for those battles. Like I said, I'll be out there this weekend as well. I know by the time this drop, it'll pretty much be the same day I'll be out there, but I'll come back next week and have a couple things that I was able to observe. But I'll definitely be looking for the padded practice to see who just is gonna,
Who's gonna stand out?
who gonna be physical, who gonna be, bringing the juice. I mean, I'm looking at guys like Tim Settle. We've brought him up a few times. What do you look like?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Up that middle. You know what I mean? I already know pretty much what to expect from Phillips. Ah, man. Pausies. Hoosties. But now, like...
Doing that AB
Yeah.
dance.
Hey.
Do your dance, AB.
Chill.
You saw that video though? You ain't see his performance at Rolling Loud?
Nah, man. I scroll right past it, man.
Bro, you ain't see that
I'm not doing that. No.
that zesty
Hell
dance?
no.
Oh man,
I ain't fucking with AB. That nigga crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. But yeah, I'm looking for the big guys to get some push. See what that goal line session's looking like. See who It to me that it's just one step closer to football.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for the highlights just to see
It's line
who
play for
bringing
me.
it.
Yeah, I just want to see what this D line can do against this O line and how they gonna hold up. Because now that the pads is gonna be on,
They're gonna still get the best of them though, because
Yeah, that's what
obviously
we're
without
gonna see.
Stafford and what's the other guy that's out right now? Spencer Brown is not fully back.
Bates is out.
Bates is out. Okay, so we still not gonna fully see what it look like.
I want to see how Von Miller is looking
Oh my
against.
gosh. Deion Dawkins
Spencer
already
Brown
said.
and
He said,
Deion Dawkins.
I don't know if you saw the quote. He
Yeah,
said
I
he
saw
liked
that
Jerry
today.
×4. And I was like, damn, Jerry probably being that like, damn, you had to just throw me in there. You couldn't say somebody else.
He said, I knew Jerry was one of the best, and then Von Miller is even here. As good as Jerry is, Von Miller's just in his own stratosphere or something.
But we
along
knew
those
that
lines.
though.
But
But we knew that though.
We already knew that.
And there's no knock on Jerry.
we knew
It's
Jerry
just
Hughes was great value. Von Miller, we knew that.
great value. Like the great value shit that's ripped a little bit, but you like, you know what? I can still eat that.
Yeah.
Pause. You know what I mean?
This is a roll.
I know, right? But nah, listen.
That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking forward
Yeah.
to see what that looks like.
Because Von gonna violate. I said that last week. I said Von is gonna spin these motherfuckers around, bro.
Yeah, I want to see, but I want to see the trickle down effect of that. So I want to see how that affects these young defensive ends. I want to see how Greg Rousseau can make a jump from year 1 to year 2. I mean, it wouldn't be surprised if my man ends up with 11, 12 sacks this year. Like I really think Rousseau can make a big jump in the sack department.
Right. I'm conflicted on that though, because I've had a couple conversations about that with people. But I do expect him to make a leap. I'm just not sure what a leap looks like for him yet.
It's just for me is
It's weird. I don't know.
he gonna be in single. He gonna be 1-on-1.
Right.
It's gonna be 1-on-1.
I just don't know if he's going to be a great
lot of
run defender his
1-on-1.
whole career, or is he going to be a great pass rusher? I just can't figure it out.
Why can't you be both?
He can be both. I'm just not sold on.
Von Miller's good at both.
Right.
Can't you be both?
I'm just stuck. I'm stuck on him because I'm trying to figure out like physical tools to be both.
Ain't nothing to figure out, Playboy.
Right. It's physical tools to be both, but I'm just like,
He'll be there.
I don't know what that number is.
He'll
I
be
want to
there.
say the number is 7 for me. I want to say 7 sacks.
He gonna beat that.
I'm going under on 7.
Oh, I'm over.
You over on
Hammering
7?
over.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm hammering over on 7.
So who you got? So that's a good question before we end this. Second in sacks this year. Is it Groot or is it somebody else? Because I got Von Miller number 1. I don't care what nobody got to say. Von Miller going to lead the team in sacks.
It's gonna be Rousseau.
You think Rousseau?
Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if Rousseau led the team in sacks. It wouldn't surprise
You
me.
know who I got? I got 2 players with higher totals than Groot. And that's either Ed Oliver or Jordan Phillips.
I don't think Phillips gonna get enough run to really,
don't think so?
to really run up the numbers like that. I mean, I think he'll make an impact. I just don't think he'll have enough snaps to really run those numbers up like he was able to.
Not, but he was splitting snaps last time. I mean, he was still in that
but
rotation.
He wasn't. He was.
He ain't had a
he was the first
competition,
one off
right.
the bench.
He ain't have great
It was
competition.
Ed and Starr and
Jordan.
then Jordan.
Right.
Now is Ed and
Daquan and Tim Settle. Yeah.
Like
It's gonna be tougher. I'm just saying, hey,
I mean, obviously, definitely in the mix. I mean,
Ed Oliver, to me, for real, is
Ed Oliver,
he due for a big year.
Yeah,
like he had a big year last year. Like
I think he's gonna put up stupid numbers.
yeah, like run like the tackles for loss, all of that.
Yeah,
Like Ed
I
Oliver
think he's
is
gonna make big, meaningful, impactful plays. Like he may not end up with 15 sacks, but
Right.
I really
I think he
he's
makes
gonna
the Pro
make a
Bowl,
lot
too.
of- yeah, I think he's gonna make a lot of impact.
I think he makes the Pro Bowl. I think we pay him.
Oh, you gotta pay him.
Yeah, I think we pay him, and
He's gonna get paid.
it's going to be good to see because I remember watching the draft at your house when he got drafted, and we were so happy that we got him because one of the things that we talked about was just his overall impact of just causing havoc on the line, and like you can never have enough
Sure can.
D linemen who just wreck.
His get off is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, come on, it's just stupid. I remember watching all his college videos, and I'm just like,
The amount of strength he can generate from somebody.
he only
His
6'1".
size,
Yeah, he like
his
6'1",
frame.
270. Like, I mean, maybe 280 something.
I mean,
But,
I think
like-
list away is probably around 280, but I don't mean that's where he has to
Right.
play at. But either way, from a defensive tackle standpoint, is undersized.
That dude a powerful dude, man, and he quick as hell.
Yeah, his get off.
And he got the energy, and that's what I love too. I'm all about the energy. I'm all about the dogs, and I honestly think that's a part of the reason why we have the number one defense, and having a top 3 defense for the last few years because we got so many guys on that side who play with that energy. The Matt Milanos, the Jordan Poyers, as we've talked about, the Tre'Davious Whites, the Micah Hydes, like it's 6 or 7 guys, Taron Johnson, where you can all look at and be like, they all got similar traits.
Yeah.
Dog, they go get the ball, and they play with a different type of energy that, you know, some of these defenses around the league, they got guys who just want to look cute. They got guys who just worried about
Trying to do too much.
or trying to overdo.
Trying to do too much.
Right, and that's why I love the fact that McDermott teaches 111th, right? Just do your part. The shit'll come to you. And that's how a lot of them play because a lot of them, they be standing right there and like, oh shit, that's a pick. All right, bet I'm gonna run it the other way.
Right.
But anyway, so padded practice. We got more updates coming up soon. Like I said, I'll be able to give people my view on things after this weekend. Anything else you looking forward to before we sign off? I know you mentioned that you want to see that line play.
Yeah, see that line to continue battle at receiver. I mean, that's gonna be a fun one. Receiver and kick and punt return. That's going to be
they got
be
settle
fun
that.
to see how that unplay. I mean,
Stevenson, the ball is in your court, man.
I'll do a shout out for you to the punt guy because I'm surprised you ain't bring him up this episode.
Nah, I'm waiting.
But
That's another one. I'm waiting for preseason.
I mean, he was holding yesterday. Kicks went 6 for 6 when he was holding.
Okay,
so.
good. But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I'll wait till preseason. I mean, I'm sure I'm gonna see a couple highlights on my timeline that's gonna make me probably tag you or something. But for right now,
This
I'll
man
wait.
tagged me on a punt video. I'm
know,
like, yo,
man.
come on, bro. You gotta chill with
I'm
with
wild.
the punt tags.
I know, right? Not the punt
I said,
tag.
not the punt tags.
It be like that though. Nah, we excited though, man. This is one of the best times of the year, especially if you have a good team. I'm sorry for those who are following teams who are looking at 4-13 seasons or whatever the case may be. But yeah, sorry for the people who got teams with no offensive coordinators and trying to figure out what they got at quarterback and all that other stuff.
Yeah, but I will say to my Bills fans, even though we know we have a good team, we really have a legit Super Bowl contender. Let's make sure we actually enjoy it. Enjoy the run.
Take it in.
More than likely, we're going to lose a game we probably shouldn't.
Right.
There's going to be games where we don't play our A game, and we may still win, but enjoy the ride.
Enjoy the ride.
Enjoy it. Take it for what it's worth.
Because it don't happen.
Yeah, as
often.
we know.
As we know. We can go another 20 years. Like, God willing, we don't have to, but we can go another 20 years with miserable, hopeful.
Because I relate this back to when the Sabres had a mean run. Like that 06-07 Sabres team when they had the best record in the league. A lot of people didn't get a chance to enjoy it because they was just so ready to get to the playoffs and this and that. And you didn't even get to enjoy the best season we've ever had.
Right.
From a point standpoint. I don't want to see people fall into that same trap here. So just, enjoy the run.
Right.
Enjoy the ride. Embrace it. Enjoy it. We got a likable ass team. Like everybody on this team is mad.
Very likable, man.
There's no one on the team I dislike, and that never happened.
Yeah, being front office, man. Like I said,
happy birthday, Big Baller. I think
happy birthday to the Big B's.
To the Triple B, Big Baller Bean.
Yeah, but like you said, they've done a great job of putting good personalities, good leaders, good people.
It's a good mix.
Like I said, always the energy is everything for me. Dogs. I mean, just the great mix of personalities, but also great players, right? Because you can have the best personality in the world. I mean, we dealt with Fitz for 3-4 years. I was like, that's cool, but can you throw less picks? Can you not fumble in the fourth quarter? So it's good to have good players, good personalities, good leaders, and obviously good people in the front office, good coaches, and you get this. This is a result of all of that. And this
here we are.
Right. We get all of this, and we get to wear our Bills gear and be proud, right? Go to the airport. Yeah, it's good. I mean, go Bills or whatever you say. Like, it's one of those things now where it's really a dope thing. So, once again, we shout out all of those who've been listening, those who've been sharing, those who have spread the word, whether it's through conversation.
A share, a like, a follow, a subscribe. We appreciate all that. Again, each and every week we put the video out on YouTube.
You already know that.
It's on Spotify.
Yeah, every
Apple
Saturday.
Music.
Yeah, every Saturday afternoon. Y'all can check us out on YouTube. The audio is still available too. Like some of y'all traveling during the summer and you need something to listen to while you're at the airport or
pull up that Apple Music
on your drive.
Pull up that Spotify.
Yeah.
We're here, baby.
We on Apple, we on Spotify, so go check us out.
And the whole back catalog, every episode is up. So let's go check us out. If you miss an episode, go back and
listen. We getting ready, y'all. We getting ready, man. This is the best time now. This is the best time to talk Bills football. It's the best time to talk about what we seeing, how we feeling about it. And obviously, we'll have other episodes where we talk about life and other shit as well. But this is the first week of training camp. So we had to kind of drill y'all with our early thoughts. The way too early thoughts on training camp. But we'll have more next week. This is Val.
And it's Z. Or Zyrus for the...
Z, whatever you want to call him. Zyrus, I ain't going to say my government. But we'll holler at y'all next week, man.
See you next week. God bless y'all.
Peace.